Hello everybody. In this video, we'll try to understand some interesting things about Purvaphalguni Nakshatra. So when you talk about Purvaphalguni Nakshatra, you also talk about the professions that are very much related to Purvaphalguni Nakshatra. See, government officials generally, right? If a person has good Purvaphalguni energy, yes, he can try for a government job. And of course, you have to check for the 10th Lord's dignity as well, right? But a better Purvaphalguni energy can definitely give a government job because Purvaphalguni is in the center of the sun's sign Leo. And sun is very good for government jobs. And a very positive Purvaphalguni energy can give government job, and even the executives in all departments, the diplomats, dealers in products related to women, because Purvaphalguni is very much related to feminine qualities, even gemstone industry, entertainers, beauticians, because the artistic abilities of Purvaphalguni we discussed in our previous videos, even makeup artists, models, and photographers. I've seen so many good photographers with Purvaphalguni energy. Event managers, art gallery managers, singers. Singers also mostly romantic type singers. And musicians, those who you can observe harmonies, then other aspects of music, they're all actually related to Purvaphalguni. Creative artists and teaching profession in general, dye makers, physical fitness trainers, animal trainers, interior decorators and designers, all professions connected with marriages, marriage ceremonies, and childbirths, nannies. So there are so many nannies I observed related to Purvaphalguni energy as well. Doctors, both naturopathy, allopathy, even doctors I observed with good Purvaphalguni energy. And sex therapists, sleep therapists, and those involved in dating agencies, biologists, leisure and tourism industry, people connected with production and distribution of incenses, toiletries, and related Venetian products, any Venetian bathing related products and all, goldsmiths and jewelers, wool, cotton, and silk industry. It's mainly related to clothing industry as well because of that Venetian ability of Purvaphalguni, and secretarial jobs as well. You can see prominent number of people. If you find a very prominent Purvaphalguni person, definitely he would be falling in these professions, no doubt at all. See here, we're not talking about software professionals, but of course if somebody has the 10th lord has the software professional dignity and all, then they would choose, of course, software profession. But that's not at all Purvaphalguni energy. Purvaphalguni is not at all related to software industry. It is related to this industry, and especially animal trainers also. So this is Purvaphalguni energy. If they align, if somebody has a good Purvaphalguni energy, better if they choose one of these professions. It can be very, very good. But of course, the whole horoscope has to be checked. But if you are very much confident about a Purvaphalguni energy you have, yes, the person would definitely fall in these professions. I have seen so many people. And the places that are attached with Purvaphalguni: hot tropical landscapes and flowery landscapes. They like these places generally. Beaches, entertainment halls, exhibition places, bedroom, tourist resorts, spas, living rooms, art galleries, beauty parlors, markets, especially the kind that is mainly related to Venetian products, those are all have full Purvaphalguni energy. You would see some Purvaphalguni persons setting up a small shop by selling so many Venetian products, so many beauty products, so many, uh, you know, beauty or beautifying objects, right? Something like you would see a Purvaphalguni person selling a very, very, you know, so many beautiful candles or so many beautiful objects, beautiful cosmetic products, very good cosmetic products. You would be seeing it's very much, very natural. These people do these things. Even pretty cottage, if you find any pretty cottage, that is Purvaphalguni energy. Buildings and homes, all places connected with the professions that we have mentioned, right, in the beginning. That is all Purvaphalguni energy only. And it is supposed to be a Rajasic Nakshatra. See, Purvaphalguni is very engrossed on the material plane, right? See, it's a Venusian star. And its planetary ruler, Venus, is supposed to be the most Rajasic among the planets. And it represents the desire aspect of the nature, of course. And this desire aspect is actually, it breeds life and makes the whole process of living exciting and delightful. It makes the life worth living. It belongs to the water element, and Purvaphalguni's connection with Venus, a watery planet, would account for this classification. And water breeds life, and Purvaphalguni is representative of the creative potential in the nature. We are saying this, in all the videos we discuss this one, the creative potential of Purvaphalguni. Because of that, Purvaphalguni has a lot of artistic people, and even sperm are carried by a watery fluid known as semen. See, why we're talking about the sperm, semen, and all the stuff. It's all Purvaphalguni's lord, means the planetary ruler, Venus. So, when you talk about Purvaphalguni, you talk about all this, right? So, watery medium, it's very much connected to watery medium, Purvaphalguni, because see, if you see sperm in the form of semen, it is the mating of sperm also, right? That also happens in watery medium, because that's a creation process. why we're discussing this. The creation process, the human creation process, the beginning of the human creation process, how sperm, it just travels. That's all watery medium only. That's actually finally it meets over, and this whole thing is the creation process, which is related to Purvaphalguni, of course, is also happening with, right? Uh, and of course, the kind of creation process that we discussed during, Bharani and all, that's actual creation process. This creation process, it has some energy of creation, but not as much as the Bharani, and that is the kind of creation, having the kind of creation that we see in Bharani and Rohini are completely different, that we already discussed. So now I want to tell you some more interesting things. And one of the interesting things is it's a human nakshatra, right? See, Purvaphalguni's strong involvement with society, human relationships, and procreation make it very concerned with, you know, its human affairs and all the stuff. So, see, it is one of the nakshatras dedicated to the dramas of life. Purvaphalguni is very much associated with drama. And it is an upward nakshatra because Purvaphalguni fosters any kind of growth. So the seed may lie beneath the ground, but the plant grows upwards. So the growing process, whenever any nakshatra is supporting this growth, the process of growth, then yes, that is treated as an upward nakshatra. And Purvaphalguni is intimately connected with the biological process of cell division, which is responsible for making a tree out of a seed or a baby out of a sperm. So Purvaphalguni natives always look upwards towards the sky, and the gods and the creator for its inspiration and answers. You would see so many Purvaphalguni people, at least once a day they look upward, for their answers. Oh God, like that, they check the sky. This is very much prominent in Purvaphalguni. They do it very naturally. Of course, you would see other people also doing it, but generally other nakshatra people do it. Some other very rarely are, in a life 10 times or something, but Purvaphalguni people do it very often. They do it very naturally. That's what I want to tell. And it's a Ugra nakshatra. It's a fierce nakshatra, as we discussed in our previous videos. See, it comes. It's a very soft and pleasure-loving and comfort-seeking nakshatra. But as we discussed, once the Purvaphalguni's comfort is disturbed, it is the most fierce nakshatra among all the nakshatras. So Purvaphalguni's tendency to get overtly disgusted when it does not get what it wants is really fearful. And Purvaphalguni natives are prepared to go to any lengths in order to secure the luxury and comfort which they think is their right. Basically, they think luxury is their right, comfort is their is their right, and if you disturb it, that's it. Disturbing Purvaphalguni's comfort zone is something like disturbing a sleeping lion. So the lion is sleeping and happy, and if you just disturb it, you're dead almost, kind of. So it relates to the first half of the lunar month of Falguna, right? So it usually falls in late February in the solar calendar. So Purvaphalguni is also related to the Trayodashi, the 13th Tidhi of the waxing and waning phases of the moon's monthly cycle. And if you see the auspicious activities that you can perform on the day of Purvaphalguni, marriage, sex, romance, good for dealing with authorities and all kinds of persuasion, is a good nakshatra for cleaning out the air in relation to long-standing disputes, and it's good for confronting enemies in a gentle, appeasing way. And it's very good for rest, relaxation, and enjoyment, because Purvaphalguni is that one only, as we discussed in the first video. And artistic activities like painting, singing, any kind of artistic activity like dancing. So good for using your charisma or personal power for gaining wanted ends. And generally, Purvaphalguni people, generally, we see that in the Rohini Nakshatra more, but Purvaphalguni people, they're very dramatic. They want to get appreciation. For that appreciation, they get ready very beautifully, and they want that appreciation, and they do a kind of drama also to get that appreciation. And it's good for buying property. It matters relating to property and construction in general. It's good. And what it is unfavorable for, it's unfavorable for all activities which require lessening down of ego. you know so it's not good for starting new things. It's not good for intellectual activities. It's not good for healing or curing diseases, or even it's not good for curing or healing any kind of illness. you know well, illness which start at this time are hard to overcome. So let us say a person got some illness on the day of Purvaphalguni, it's very very difficult to overcome. So, and another important thing I want to tell, so on a general note, I would say when a person gets a disease or illness on the day of Purvaphalguni, it's very difficult to overcome. We'll try to discuss some more interesting things about Purvaphalguni in our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching this video.